So, due to a recent event in my life, I wanted to make this video to discuss the virtue of courage. Now, from the start, I want to preface this video by stating that this is not meant to be a political topic, nor is this a political channel, and I will not engage in political talk. Now, the reason for this is people in general tend to be on one side or the other in regards to politics, and this causes nothing but conflict as people are very polarized on the topic. So I'm going to start by defining what courage is. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in the presence of fear. Courage is possibly the greatest of all virtues because it inspires greatness. It is the virtue that comes from confidence. Confidence in turn comes from experience, and experience only comes through action. Therefore, to achieve courage, one must take action and be confident that the action is just and right. So when I speak about courage in this video, it's going to be pertaining to the virtue of courage and how it pertains to our material lives as well as spiritual. Now, in our world today, courage seems to be severely lacking. There are no shortages of videos taken from cell phones of horrible events taking place and people merely standing by to film it rather than intervene or even calling someone that is capable of intervening. And they do this to simply post on social media, get some follows, some likes, and maybe 15 minutes of fame. It is also common to see people demonized when they do call someone to intervene in a situation. I know this from my own personal life and what I've witnessed myself. When I was in my early 20s, there were noises outside of the area I was living late at night, and I went to investigate. Upon doing so, I found a teenager had been stabbed multiple times and no one had called the police. They were simply just trying to pick him up and take him home. This young man did succumb to his injuries. Now, I don't know if he would have survived had someone called for assistance sooner, but the fact that there was a significant time lapse surely did not help the situation. So with the rise of social media and smartphones, this type of thing has gradually become more and more prevalent, and this mentality has grown rampant within our society. It has become common to criticize and demonize those few individuals who do embody the courage to take up that mantle and try to protect those people who are incapable of protecting themselves. Now, I also want to make it clear that I in no way, shape, or form justify every action that these individuals make, as just within any profession, there are those who do not belong. But it also seems that no one ever hears or sees the good that these individuals do, only the actions of the few that do not belong. As the saying goes, one bad apple spoils the bunch. But it seems that in our world today, the court of public opinion seems to be what matters the most. People forming opinions on a matter in which they have no training or education upon, and therefore do not know how to properly evaluate the situations. If you read the Platonic dialogue Alcibiades, you can really dive into this. We need to move away from the care of public opinions and do what is truly right. Take action when action is needed and embody the virtue of courage. So moving the discussion to the magical side or the spiritual side, the same truly applies here when it comes to courage and taking action. I've said in another video that if you never put anything into action, all you have is theory, and you'll become what is called an armchair magician. Now, I'm sure most of us have heard of the witch's pyramid: to know, to will, to dare, and to keep silent. Courage is a huge part of this, especially when you begin to have physical manifestations during ritual, when you see things moving around you, things go bump behind you, or the lightning strikes at that perfect moment. It takes courage to act through the oh shit moments and continue on with the ritual. And if you haven't had those experiences yet, keep going, you will. But without courage, we will never step into the face of fear and act, never moving forward and forever remaining where we are. We must dare to act, The philosopher Aristotle believed that a person who embodied courage only feared those things that are worthy of fear and is a virtue of moral excellence. He believed that courage is the virtue that moderates our instincts between recklessness and cowardice. In the Iliad, Hector threatened his soldiers with punishment if anyone was seen fleeing the battle. So a soldier faced with that situation may face the enemy with hope to live, knowing he faces certain death if he flees. However, a soldier who faces the enemy out of honor and nobility, having no other purpose to do so, embodies the highest form of courage, as he faces death or serious injury, which causes great fear, for the selfless reason of protecting his home and people. And with that, I'm going to close this video out, and I want to thank you for joining me here at Echoes from the Temple. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you'll know when new videos are released. Check the description for links to the Discord server, Facebook group, and website, where I have ways you can show your support to the channel. May the gods bless you in all you do, and I'll see you in the next video.